Hey, I'm back.
Yeah,
What's
it's
up,
been
Dan?
a while.
And as you guys can see, the other Dan. So, they say necessity is the mother of invention. I was talking about this earlier. Dave Duran, our original guest, wasn't able to make it up here tonight because of some traffic or whatever he was talking about. So we figured out how to have audio and visual live guests over the internet.
Yeah.
So, we're not the first people to do this, but damn it, we figured it out tonight.
Yeah, it only took me like 10, 20 minutes.
Yep. What's up, Dan?
Hey, how's it going?
Congratulations on your 2K victory with Esper Control.
Thank you.
So, tell us about that.
Yeah, so picked the Esper Control deck after Star City Cleveland. I think Zach Allen took second with it there.
Yeah.
And I really liked the deck. I thought it was really strong. I think that it solves a lot of the problems that typical blue white control decks have. Mostly against the big mana decks. The blue white control decks really struggle against Tron and Valakut and things like that to attack you. On kind of a different axis.
Right, something that you're not trying to interact well with.
Yeah, so I know Field Control helps a lot in those matchups, but it doesn't really get you all the way there.
Right.
But Esper having being able to have discard main board and sideboard and things like Unmoored Ego, I thought kind of makes it real strong against those, or helps a lot against those matchups. So,
Yeah, Unmoored Ego is just a game ender against Tron or sometimes Valakut.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get you there. So, what was your overall record?
So I went there were 6 rounds of the Swiss. I went 4-0, and then I was able to double draw in, except I got paired down in the 5th round, so I had to play. And I won the 5th round, so I went 5-0, then drew my last round in. And then I won the next 2 rounds, made it to the finals, and split the finals. Split the finals there, so I ended up basically that's 7-0 and 0-1.
There you go.
We ended up basically just playing for fun in the finals, and the guy who was playing humans, I ended up actually losing to him. We were playing for that. And it was really interesting. He had Chalice in his sideboard.
Okay.
It wouldn't be that great against a control deck.
Right.
Except against humans, I leave all my beta pushes and paths in, and when it shuts that off,
They put it on one, and then you have no spot removal anymore, right?
Yep.
Well, congratulations on that.
Yeah, I do want to pull up your list.
Yeah, I was going to say, pull that up for us.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of this list. I really like the fact that Kaya's made it in there. She seems like a house in Modern, just being able to destroy or exile 1-drops, exile the yard, gain some life on the way, and then she's a win condition. The Fatal pushes really make this blue-white control deck a lot more potent with its removal suite on 1. Then Esper Charm's just a very powerful card. And you get the Nile Spellbomb, so I think that's better for your main deck than Rest in Peace would be necessarily, because it does redraw in the matches that it's not so good. So.
Well, not only does it redraw, but it doesn't turn off snaps. So
right.
Snap as well, which with Rest in Peace I wouldn't be able to.
That's very true. And it lets you play a lot of those silver bullet targets here. You can see the Cast Down, the Settle, the Wreckage. Really nice targets to flash back with the Snapcaster Mage. Big fan of this list. So is this just the same 75 he was running, or did you make any changes?
No, this is actually a fair bit different than his. So there was 2 lists actually from Cleveland that did well. One, Zach Allen, the main event, took second, and there was another person in the Classic that weekend who took, I believe, top 8 with it in the Classic. I think he was 5-3. Some differences with their lists at least were Zach Allen was running 3 Esper Charms, the guy in the Classic running 4, and I thought the full 4 was definitely worth it. A couple other differences in my list were I cut 1 or 2 ops from their list and put in Spell Pierces. I thought Spell Pierces is a really strong card right now, and it's really good against Phoenix. It really slows them down. It's not dead against Tron at all. It's really good against Tron, I think. Turn 1 or turn 2, you can just Spell Pierce their one of their tutors, essentially, for their lands, either Sylvan Scrying or map on turn 2.
Yeah.
on for another 2 or 3 turns potentially. Or if they just go turn 3 Tron, you can now spell pierce their Karn or any other like when they're non-creatures that they can fight that turn. They're gonna like go turn 3 they miss drop, they put Stone, and I'm able to like spell pierce that.
That's a big win.
Yeah, so I thought spell pierce was really strong. So I basically slotted it over. I think it was like 1 opt is the difference in that list, and like one of the I can't remember what the other card was. It might be like one of the Jaces or something. Which is actually I played 0 Jace in the list. Which a lot of people kind of give me crap for that, but I think I did literally the entire list played at instant speed, other than the Planeswalkers obviously, and one Supreme Verdict, and then the Spellbox as well, but they're 1 mana, so
It's essentially free.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's virtually free, and I can always just use it as instant speed, draw a card with that stuff. And so I kind of wanted to keep it that way. Like to Barry is basically a 3 mana play on turn 5, and I can always tap the Logic Mana or any of my removal spells really.
It's about to be Dovin's veto.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about main board, but definitely side one.
You'll play that shit in the main deck. Can't be countered, my man. Get out of here.
But it's only not free.
Don't care. Yeah, well, Logic Knot can be countered.
That's true. But it can also be countered like a Wormwood or a Thragtusk, which is also like
Who plays Thragtusk? If you're worried about Thragtusk, you're a bad Magic player, Dan.
Thragtusk in Tron is usually if you choke them all with Tron, Thragtusk is usually almost that matchup because you don't have a lot of ways to answer it. Because Path Pusher, and any of your answers always take 3 so it's that's generally how you lose that matchup when you choke them all with Tron. Like, I don't know, more able to get Tron land or preserve them from surgical or
Cool. Thragtusk sucks. I hate that card.
I mean, hey, we saw that one time that Devin stifled it with Nimble Obstructionist.
Big oof.
It was hilarious. He stifled the Thragtusk gain 5, and then his opponent started laughing.
I'm a big fan of Stifle. I'm starting to put together Blue-Red Delver and Legacy, and Stifle's just a 4-of in that deck.
Well, yeah.
It's a ton of fun to really tell people like Stifle professionally.
Yeah. It's essentially 4 strip mines in that format for 1 mana.
It's not as good as top decking the 1-outer off Bloodbraid, though.
That was pretty good.
Yeah. Did you see that one?
No.
I'm going to pull up the video just for you.
You can pull it up right now.
I'm not going to be able to pull it up on there, unfortunately, because it's on my phone.
It's on your phone.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, it is.
It's pretty excellent. So, we had facing down some kind of like black light. I think it was like some kind of black light deck.
He's playing Black-White Gideons.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they have like 5 souls out there. Or 5
And he found it. My God.
and he blood braided into one of
The anger.
Yeah,
I just saw it, yeah.
Yeah.
That's gross.
Yeah, no, that had to be like, probably like, at least, if not the top, like, Bloodbraid, like, Cascade ever, like, had to be at least top 10.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a 1-outer. Like,
It's, yeah, I hear you.
yeah. I don't know. I've never seen it, like, a Cascade that high. Ever.
Never?
Never.
You haven't watched enough Legacy.
It's probably
There's
true.
been some pretty hot Shardless Agent Cascades in that format.
Yeah, I don't watch enough Legacy. I don't watch Magic in general.
I like Legacy.
I just, do this,
Yeah.
like, every once in a while.
I took a long break from this. I needed it.
Yeah.
It was really nice just to relax and not worry about all this jazz.
So, you're going to qualify for Star City's Invitational now, right? And Nerd Rages?
Well, I've got one more shot for Star City. I'm going to Louisville in May. It's actually like this Memorial Day weekend, May 24th.
Yo, I'm down.
I think I need 6 points there for modern events. I'll probably play Esper as well. It's a modern event though. And,
I'll take Storm.
Terrible deck.
So you have to, what, top 32?
I don't know. I think it's top 16 or 6 months.
Huh.
Not on good on that. I'll look it up right now.
I believe in you, Dan.
Yeah, you got it.
If you bring Esper Control, though, I'm telling you now, it's not happening.
And then you have to go to
Because people are going to be ready for it.
Then you have to fly to Roanoke, which is going to suck.
But the thing is, like, I don't know what English technically is. Like, I don't know what
Storm?
Dan's just like, oh, Storm. I play a deck, so clearly it wins.
Yes.
Well, see, the problem with like Storm though is like I run like Spell Pierce and like
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
My main board is pretty set up for Storm.
Yeah. I don't know, like, what would be pretty good against you? I don't know.
I mean, Burn is the only one that's like you're on the board. That would be pretty cool. But besides that, it's like I don't know, it's not that bad.
Right.
Yeah, so let me see. So I need 10 wins in order to get 6 points.
10 wins? That's a tall order, Dan Krapu.
Well, for 15 rounds, that's not
Can
that
you
bad.
do it?
10 and 5. You got days 2 and then 4.
Do you believe yourself? Do you think you're going to do it?
Wait, you have to day 2 and then win like 1. You're fine.
I mean, there's a lot of other like with everything else, you know, like whatever skill involved. There's still a lot of luck, so you gotta get lucky.
Yeah, just look at Michael Hamilton.
It's true.
We faced him, my team faced him in the last round of the team open. That was rough.
That was rough.
All three of them were playing like Esper control. Or like Esper or blue-white control.
Nice.
In all 3 formats, and I was just like, why?
Nice.
Why? Why would you do that to yourselves?
Well, if one of them's going to be there all day, they might as well all be there all day.
See, I'm not about that life. Yeah.
So, if there's anybody who's actually here, say hi. This is the podcast. We're here to interact with you guys.
Yeah,
Holy cow, there's a whole bunch of people here.
There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people here now.
Holy crap. What's up, Dank MTG? Is that Dan Krapu?
That's him.
Yeah.
It's this guy right here. Ah, dang it.
Dude, I love this shit that we got the call-in guests.
Yeah.
This guy right here is the guy that makes this all happen.
I
So
did something with my life.
thank you, Dan Horgan. With the best shirt I've ever seen. Dan, stand up and show the camera.
I'll just scoot
Look
back.
at that thing. Look at that. That is a work of art.
Pretty great. The only thing is, like, I kind of wish its feet weren't, like, its, like, bottom paws weren't sticking out of the, like... I kind of wish it was, like, an actual pocket, to be honest.
That would defeat the purpose of the shirt, though.
And then I could just, like, run around and be like, hold my pocket! And then, like, show...
Well, then there'd be, like, 2 holes in your pocket.
Yeah, so there'd be cat paws coming out of them.
Alright, anyway, back to, like, magic stuff. Dan's just over here like, alright, these guys are stupid, I'll wait.
You haven't seen, like, Tom Segura before?
Tom Segura.
I know Tom Segura.
The comedian, yeah.
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 There's, like, he talks about the, what is that show, Beyond Scared Straight?
Okay, yeah.
And there's, like, one of, like, the gangbangers in there, he's like, hold my pocket! And he's just screaming it at, like, 13-year-olds.
Oh, my
And I
pocket.
want to do that, and, like, I think it's, like, Ribbon Dip makes a shirt like this, but, like, the cat's hidden underneath the pocket, and it'd be like, hold my pocket, and then, like, show a cat.
Alright, moving on from the cat.
Like, I think that was part of like Prison Break or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hey,
But
Bernice.
anyways. What?
Don't worry about it.
Okay. Okay.
She knows who she is.
I don't know who I am. I mean, I don't. There's too many Dans here. I don't,
Yeah, actually, that's why I started calling him Krapu and you Chorgan.
It's Don Horgan.
No, Chorgan, because your middle initial is C, so you're the Chorgan.
Don Horgan.
Hey, Dave Duran's hitting me up. He's going hootie hoo. He's hooting. He's hooting. He wants in.
He wants in.
All right, Dan. Can we do that?
I don't think I can.
Dude, that would be like the dream. The dream. Hold on. Bear with us, guys. We're doing this live and in person. We're figuring this shit out. So.
Well, while I figure this out, I'm gonna go ahead and show Dan's list for a little bit longer.
Yeah, look at that list. How great is that list?
All right, I'm adding Dave to the video chat. I don't know how what's gonna happen here.
Let's see if this works.
Well, I'm gonna have to reposition everything.
Hey, what's it?
Oh, holy shit! It's Dave Duran.
Hold on, I gotta reposition this now.
Can you guys hear me?
Dude, This is great. We're like Fox News.
This is fucking gas.
Yeah, dude, I'm saying.
Oh yeah. Well, first things first.
Hold on.
Okay, congratulations to Dan here for queuing the Pastimes 10K.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, no problem, man. Okay, you play Phoenix?
No.
Here, top.
Wait, that's for
What?
I went way off. I got you. You have to hold on to that quick longer right now. You're watching it.
Alright.
Yeah. I went way off.
That's awesome. That's gas.
Yeah, the deck's sweet. It kind of crushes Phoenix. Probably one of the strongest matches.
I was gonna say, you look like you're probably really good against anything that plays creatures.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man, that light above Dave is really screwing his name up over here. There we
Dave
go.
Dura.
Perfect. Sort of.
Alright, sweet.
Just put it. You know what? You should probably put the names lower and move the box a little bit over towards you.
Sorry, I'm trying to fix everything. I'm trying to do all of this live editing. It's too much work.
Hey, man. Once we get it right the first time, we don't have to do it. We'll know how to do it. You know. I'm sure our viewers don't. They mind a little bit, but they don't mind to the point that they're like, "Oh, I'm just done. Look at this. Look at this. We're like a real podcast. Holy crap! This is awesome, bro."
All right.
Dave Duran, what is up, my dude? Don't know. We're not getting paid by them. Put it away. If they want to pay for it, I'm drinking this water. I'm not showing you the brand, though.
Oh, please.
Yeah, if KFC wants to sponsor the podcast, I'll wear a chicken suit for this thing. I don't care.
I need some KFC famous bowls. Let's go.
Dude, for real, I love KFC. Now I'm hungry.
All right.
You guys know they do chicken and waffles now?
Dude, they're lit, too. They're super lit.
Can I get waffles?
We were talking about this before the podcast, too. Dan and I are, talking about how the famous bowl is just the god food.
Oh, dude, alright, so the number one thing that I miss out of all fast food, but it's on the secret menu, is the Taco Bell cheesy potatoes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, dude, those things are lit. Alright, I'm hitting the Taco Bell right by the Gamestorm after I leave here.
Yeah, they got rid of them, and now you can only get it on, the secret menu by request. Some of them don't even offer that. So that's even worse.
Alright, guys. Enough shameless, what's the word? Begging for money. And free famous bowls. So, Dave, you had a pretty good topic, my man. I really want to delve into this one because this is a topic I feel like we can sink our teeth into. I'm just going to go ahead and pull up the text that you sent me earlier and read this to everybody that's listening, if there's anybody actually here. I'm not sure. After all that shit we just did, they're probably like, oh, these guys are so disorganized.
Oh, there's one less person now. Damn. For shame.
So, here's the message I got from Dave earlier, everyone. I'm just going to verbatim it, so it sounds a little wonky. I specifically wanted to speak on the next level play thought process. Something Jerry Thompson spoke to me about when I was talking to him after beating myself up at an event for making a bad line of play that cost me big time. So let's go ahead and delve into that. I like this whole next level thought idea. What was this play line that you made that was so bad that it's like still getting to you?
Yeah, so we were at SCG Cleveland, and like really late in day one, my team of me, Cody Armando, and Stephen Dang played against the team that won, the Kentucky team. They've been like very consistent as far as the team SCG tournaments are concerned. They won one already like last year, and then just won another one, so they're pretty much on fire. So I'm playing the Tron player in the middle seat, and game 3 I have this choice of lines where I can either set myself up to where I can flip Phoenix next turn, like hold up Disdainful Stroke and play a Blood Moon and shut off all those Tron lands, or I can have the Blood Moon in play, have the Thing in the Ice, not advance my aggressiveness as much, and like abrade a Chromatic Sphere that was there, not a star, a sphere, while he didn't have like any green mana on it. So when we were talking about it for a bit, like Steven was just like, no, like if Steven and Tony were both like, you should probably advance the board state, hold up to the Disdainful Stroke. If he has like anything like aside from Ulamog, like the play is still gas, right? Like I'll be able to handle Ugin, handle card, like not worry about Wormcoil, all that jazz, because it's a Disdainful Stroke. But if he has the Ulamog, then I'm kind of in a rougher spot, because he could still get the Thing in the Ice, and then I'm not really being productive in my turn at all, while like not maximizing my chance to win to the full potential. What we ended up doing was have a Thing in the Ice, like Manamorphose, play a Blood Moon, Serum Visions, and then hold up Disdainful Stroke, which ended up being the completely wrong line of play, because what he ends up doing is like popping the sphere at the end phase, like literally windmill slamming a Nature's Claim off the top, and like the crowd goes wild because he just power elbowed me off the top rope. So he ends up doing that, and then even has Ulamog too. So I completely like read it right, but I took the more like aggressive line basically. So after the match, like we were kind of like all talking about it outside. We were actually talking about it with the Kentucky team, because they're like some pretty good guys. I'm actually friends with a couple of them online now. I've been conversing with them a bit. But anyway, we were talking about it outside, and Jerry T was actually like watching the match, and I was like kind of beating myself up, because like team events is like a bit more dynamic. You have like a lot more like mental attrition aspects that goes to it, and like the emotional swing that is involved with them is like really, really high and low. So I was like kind of like beating myself up about it, because it's like, man, like I let my teammates down. Like it was, you know, it gets rough. Like now we're X2, like going into day 2 opposed to X1, and like it wears a lot. So Jerry was kind of telling me, like, he's like, well, you know, this is what's going to help you, and this is what's going to, like, make you better, because now you realize a lot from experience that for every situation, there's the good play, and then there's the right play. And it basically, what he was alluding to was, Magic is, of course, like a game of numbers. So what you have to do while increasing your own like win percentage is you also have to simultaneously decrease your opponents at the same time to maximize your card value. So like a lot of times you'll see people playing like mid-range decks too, and they'll be like, oh well, you know, like why did he hold like a Vraska's Contempt for a certain situation? And it's like really because like sometimes you just maybe trying to get like a 2-for-1 and just like maximize card value. Maybe you can't beat like a Teferi or something like that. So he was just kind of getting just kind of talking to me for a minute. He's just like, you have to kind of run those numbers when you're analyzing those situations. He's like, because if you have that Thing in the Ice and you don't like Serum Visions lead up the stroke, you just Manamorphose, abrade the sphere, let him abrade the sphere, float the green mana, and then pass your battle phase, let him burn the mana, and then just slam the Blood Moon on like main phase 2. And then at that point in time, then he's just like dead drawing to like exactly a forest, or if he has like the not the treasure map, but the one artifact like pay 2 search for a land. Like if he has that, or he has to draw like a star. And if I put him in that situation, he still can't play Ulamog at that time.
Right.
Because he's still wasting more resources to try and maximize or find a way to like get around the board state. So I was already essentially doing the same thing as the stateful stroking, except it was working out like way better for me. Because I don't waste the card value, and he's just kind of still spinning his wheels while I can still the same next turn like flip a thing in the ice and get back a Phoenix, like just crack him for 13 and like easily race a Ulamog with his stateful stroke if I need to.
Right, so essentially what he's saying is, just to make like a long story short, I'm going to simplify this just a little bit for you if you don't mind me interrupting. So essentially what I'm gathering here is like, since you weren't you couldn't like essentially win that turn, right? So you took a little bit more of an aggressive line, hoping that you were guaranteed to win next turn, but putting down a little bit of the shields. Whereas if you took this other line that you had just explained with the Blood Moon and the passing into your main phase 2, you were guaranteed like maybe a little bit of a slower win, but the percentage goes up, right? Because you take away essentially all of their outs. They're drawing instead of to arbitrarily 15 cards, they're drawing to 6, right? And on essentially just the same clock. So that's kind of what he's saying, right? Am I getting that?
Yeah, precisely, totally. And like it goes in tail with a little bit ago, like I was on camera versus like a mono red Phoenix Mirror, and I had a situation where I was like running numbers, and you're just like, oh man, like you should just burn him in the face, like. But at the time, like, I had to clear, like, the creatures off his board, and then I was, like, just basically, like, playing to my outs at that point in time, with, like, trying to draw, like, a Hazoret or, like, a Bedlam Reveler or something like that, and just turn the corner on the game. So it's also like that, like, using your cards in the right way to play to your outs, maximize your win percentage points, and decrease your opponents.
I understand exactly what you mean there, because I play essentially just only Azorius-based control decks, and that's what those styles of decks always do. It's about playing to your outs and playing to reducing your opponent's win percentage as much as possible. So I understand completely where you're coming from there.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not trying to win, I'm trying to make you lose. That's essentially what the point of that whole thing is there. Because that's really what Magic is. Magic's not a game that, unless you strictly like play mono white aggro and mono red aggro, it's not a game that you're trying to win. It's a game that you're trying to make your opponent lose.
Even with those decks, though, there's still choices that need to be made, like on those decks kind of like we're talking about.
Right, for sure.
Mono white, like a mono white, for example, like the choice of like on turn 3, do you play history, or do you play Venomous Marshal, or you Conflict Tribunal, like
right.
Play that out, like a wild card.
I actually.
There's a lot of decisions there that you have to like think through still, even with those like quote unquote simpler decks to play. There's still a lot of these like decisions that have to be made. It's not super linear.
Well, I'm playing a mono black Phylactery Lich deck right now, and yesterday I played against the mono white aggro deck, and we played 3 really long, grindy games, man, where the board state got clogged, and we sat there for times just really thinking it out because there were so many different lines and decisions that we both had. So, you know, and mine's essentially like a black-brown artifact deck, you know, black and artifacts, so or aggro deck. Get a life, nerds. What up? That's Bryant Rudiger. Just so everybody knows what his first and last name is.
Yeah, Brian drinks up some pretty wild brews that he comes up with.
Dog logs.
That's like a least to the lot of like the mono black aggro style decks of old with like the Wrath Cycle or Urza style era of like that, and like yeah, that deck you guys brewed up is pretty sweet.
I'm on a more of an anti-control style on it now. A bunch of main deck Sorceress, Spyglasses, and Kitesail freebooters.
man, yeah, that card still is.
Yeah, I love Kite Sail Freebooter.
I forgot it was a card for a while, and then Andrew Burke mentioned it to me one Wednesday, and I was like, "Oh yeah, that's a card. I should probably play 4 of that in any deck that I play that has black."
I'm really excited to play, Spyglass. Yeah, that's exactly right, Brian. Spyglass is a card that if you don't have it, get it now, because with this next set and 36 unique Planeswalkers coming out, Spyglass is a card that becomes a lot better.
Yeah, but now you gotta be careful what you're naming. You can't just say Teferi. There's like 6 Teferi.
Yeah, which Teferi, idiot?
Yeah, exactly. Not the
People
one-
are gonna fuck around with between the 3 and the 6 drop one, the Time Bender and the Time Raveler. They're gonna be like, I'm gonna name Teferi Time Bender. Okay, idiot, enjoy your dual deck Teferi. Like,
Well, you don't have to actually fully name the card out. You just have to define its characteristics.
I'm just waiting for it to happen though, because they're going to say to me Teferi Time Bender,
where
and I'm
did
gonna be
that
like,
happen?
you're right. My 6 manas are now not working anymore.
That happened with Borborygmos, right? At a big event. It was Borborygmos? Because there's 2 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they just said Borborygmos, and then he goes to cast it and he's like, you can't. And then he's like, you didn't specify which one?
Yeah.
That's just wind shooting.
Yeah. It was a while ago, because then they added the rule where you could just
Ingress, Rampage, and Bedevil seem strong right now. Yeah, Ingress, Rampage seems like it's probably going to be one of the best removal spells in the format.
Oh, hands down. That card's insane. Between that and Liliana's defeat.
Dude, Liliana's defeat. Nut.
Coming in hot.
What happened to the sound? It got so much better.
What?
Yeah.
You fixed something.
Okay.
Yeah, Grixis is coming in hot. The 6 casting cost Liliana is insane.
So can we pull up some spoilers on the screen? Some of the just a couple of the ones I want to talk about.
Maybe?
So,
no, I can't.
no?
I can't have them on the screen and spoilers at the same time.
Okay. Huh?
I'm thinking of there's the black B one that deals 4 damage to a creature.
Enter the Eternals.
For a mass 4. That card's
Yeah.
fun. It's
That's one of Brian's favorite cards.
so good.
Yeah, Enter the Eternals. Yeah, that card is insane. The blue-red one, Invade the City, is bonkers too.
You want to know what the best one is?
Way better than Enigma Drake.
There's 2 that you guys have forgotten about. Dreadhorde Invasion, the Enchantment, the new Bitter Blossom, and then the one he just said, Commence the Endgame. Commence the Endgame is the new Torrential Gear Hulk.
So,
Yeah.
I think, I don't know if it's as good as Stretch Gear Hulk. I like exactly what it can be. I think that Commencing Endgame can be played as another WinCon in the Nexus decks.
You can play it as a 4 of and just have it be your only win con next to Teferi.
Well, you can. I'm thinking of just Simic Nexus, in Blue Green. That's uncounterable draw to. You're always gonna have enough mana.
Why would you play Nexus when you could play Teferi?
You amass 2 with it, right? Or is it
You can
more?
just play. You can play Bant Nexus.
So, you know what you do is you play Kefnet with Nexus of Fate because you do a 5-mana Nexus of Fate and then you get it in your hand anyway. And the game's just fucking over at that point, GG, guys.
That's the plan.
Hey, look at that. Dan's an animal. He's the manimal.
Alright.
The manimal
I
himself,
need-
Dan Horgan.
I need cards. Tell me a card to pull up from the new set.
So, pull up the new... we were just talking about it a lot. Pull up Commence. Commence, damn it.
This one?
There you go. Commence with it. Haha. Clever.
The pull-up card.
Yep. Much clever. There we go. This is one of my new most favorite cards in this set. This, Dovin's Veto, and then, honestly, it might be the new Ashiok, because that new Ashiok's super sweet.
Oh, yeah, this one you amass X, that's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
This card's so good.
It's so good.
It's pretty good.
I'm a big fan of Flibbit.
Fibblethip?
Fibblethip.
Fibblethip.
Is that how you say it?
Fibblethip.
I won't even be able to say that, dude.
Fibblethip.
Fibblethip.
Alright.
So the one time I was watching Commence the Endgame and live play, it was on the SCG Live series this week.
Yeah.
And it definitely had its moments.
Bryant, tell us your story that you told me earlier in chat. Go ahead. Dave.
What about commence the end?
Yeah.
Just it, like being all right. Like it having its like lines where like it depends on the amount of aggression your opponent puts out, and it's like I think it's like extremely matchup dependent, to be honest, and it really depends on like what deck that you're playing it in. Like he was playing it in like the like Azuria's control deck versus like the Mardu Hero deck, and like the Mardu Hero deck was just styling on him like
Mardu Hero, that sounds sweet.
it was pretty insane. Like going like hero into the Judas into like heroic reinforcements, like turn 4.
Ooh, that sounds disgusting. Jesus.
It kills you right away.
Yeah, no kidding. So here's a card that I really wanted to talk about a lot: Ashiok Dream Render. I think this card is actually one of the better uncommon ones. It's gonna beat a lot of control mirrors just because it puts you a bunch of cards ahead in your library, and it beats all the gods. So like if you're having a problem with Ilharg, it beats Ilharg pretty nicely.
Does it? Oh, just because it mills the top 4.
Yeah, if you kill it and it goes, so you can exile it that way. New Jace, new Soren, Bells and Lock.
Limited to deal with them too.
Yeah.
Which is like extremely absurd.
Yeah, that card says half your library's gone in limited, so if you can get 2 of them, which is it's not unheard of because it's an uncommon.
Yeah.
Ilharg, pull that boy up. I'm a big fan of the art of this card.
Yeah. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to change the art of the Ashiok.
Oh yeah.
Hold
Oh.
I'll be right back. I'll be right back with these images. Hold on.
So, what are your guys' new favorite cards out of this set? What are you most excited to play in standard? Let's say. Me, it's Dovin's Veto.
All right, Dan. What about you?
I can't wait to play it to Teferi on 5, untap 2 lands, and hold up Dovin's Veto and win the game for every time.
The card I'm most excited to try out of is either commence the end game or actually the 1 mana green card was a drop of land when it enters. The O3
The O3? Yeah.
Like the thing is that
Thing's sweet. Dreadhorde Invasion, that's a good shout. That's going straight into the mono black artifacts deck. Dreadhorde Invasion.
saying that it's a lot worse than like Rose Spiral, which is you don't get a draw card. But having like an O3 with reach means like your mono blue matchup with Nexus gets a lot better.
Ooh.
Run 4 of those, just like turn 1, just block every creature in their deck outside of like Goddess unblockable guys, and like have to reach in. So
Yeah.
I think that really shows up that matchup a ton, and it's also really good against mono red. You can just stick a blocker down and have to waste a burn spell on it because none of their threats are bigger than 2 power until Shaper Roller comes down, or if they bump up a Steam Pin, which just slows them down enough where it shows those matchups a lot.
Nice. Yeah, that's a really good sleeper, that O3 I think too.
Well, here, check this out. So the curve is turn 1, you drop that guy, you play another land, and then you drop a Llanowar Elves. And then turn 2, you have 4 mana, so you just drop a Rekindling Phoenix on 2. That's fair. That's fair magic for standard.
That comes in play.
The land comes in tap.
Oh, does it?
The Arbor.
Okay. So go to the new Ugin.
Yeah, but these are cool.
I don't care.
These are my favorite
That's
cards.
an old card. Get rid of that.
It's my favorite card.
Cool. Get rid of it.
What am I pulling up?
The new Ugin.
Oh, the bad one.
Hey, this card's dope. You shut up. I've already pre-ordered a couple of them.
I think that's a way better Eternal card that a lot of people are giving it credit for.
The new Karn's way better in Eternal than this one is.
The new card is gas and standard. You go infinite with it on like turn 4.
What do you go infinite with?
Alright, so no Karn. So you Karn, you have the Tezzeret that gives you affinity for artifacts. So
Okay.
so you fucking Karn, and then you -2 to add an artifact from your sideboard. You take that 5 casting cost guy from Dominaria, that's a 2/2, and when he comes into play, you return another heroic permanent to your hand.
Okay.
So you play him for free off affinity for artifacts, return the Karn, play the Karn against the 3, -2, get a second one out of your sideboard, and then you alternate the other 2 idiots, and you could get like infinite whatever.
That's horrible. That's terrible. The only reason I think this guy is good is because, like, in Vintage they play No Rod, and like that's just a better Karn for shops than the other Karn.
Also, that looks dope.
Yeah, that alternate art.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
like,
I want to
like
get a Japanese box of that also.
I know. All
those
of
are
them.
insane.
All of them look sweet.
The Japanese box is going to be like $878 MSRP.
Yo, so those mythic boxes for this set are like 100% a snap buy.
Yeah.
Like on the Jace alone, it's like infinitely worth it. Like if anyone like cops those for $250, like gas.
Gas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't even open it. I would just put it in the closet.
This is the only one that I think like the English version looks better.
Yeah, the English version does look better on the Ajani.
The Ajani is very good.
Yeah.
So, you guys ready to just have Blue White Winter in Standard? Because that's all it's going to be. It's just going to be 8 to Fairy, the format.
The problem with Blue White though is
There's no problem. Stop talking. No, I'm just kidding.
the Wrath of Blue White is unshooting enough because you don't have a format of Wrath.
You have Settle the Wreckage.
Against mono white, that's fine, but like against mono white splash blue, like you're really weak. And then against mono blue, like I don't know how you beat mono blue.
Alright, fine. Esper Winter, you play Cry of the Carnivarium and win.
How do you beat Jund Warriors on like turn 3 on the play?
Well, if they have to turn 2, turn 3 combo kill, whatever that thing is,
Yeah.
like you don't.
Yeah, exactly. Like with blue eye control, like how do you do that? Like,
You don't.
I also don't think you beat like Jeskai Heroic, because that deck's like for real.
It's not.
With Feather and all the puff spells.
Yeah, it's going to be a good week 1 deck. It's not going to be a good week 4 deck.
I think it's totally fine with the 2/2 that gets a +1/+1 counter for Heroic and Strides.
No, those decks, they just never last because they're just janky. Those type of decks, they play too many bad cards. Like I said, it's a good week 1 deck because it's simple. It's going to be very aggressive. It's going to beat people's ass until people adjust to it. And then once they adjust to it, the deck's going to fall out of favor. I'm telling you, it's exactly how this format went. This past format, where everything was like really fast at the beginning because everyone just played this most simple deck, aggro deck they could play, and then once everything shook out, Esper was by far the strongest deck. That's exactly how it's going to be in this next format too.
I wouldn't say it was by far the strongest.
It is by far the strongest deck. Yeah, anytime Esper's like the most played archetype, it's the strongest deck because most people just want to play stupid Golgari mid-range, or they want to play like mono white shitters or mono blue shitters. So when they can, they do that. So,
I would say
I have like a 90% win rate against mono blue with Esper because you just play 3 Cry, the Carnivariums in the main deck, and they can't win.
That's completely
You're so much worse against mono blue when you do that. Because mono blue now all the
Oh. Snicker snack this channels. Hey, Frump, what up, brother?
Yeah, I think like both mono blue and mono white this season have been like very negative matchups for Esper.
I have like all you do, like I said, all you do is you just jam pack 3 Cries in the main and you don't lose.
That's just not true, though.
Yeah, well, like exactly.
Well, for me it is. I guess that I have like I said, I have a very high win percentage against both those decks since I made that adjustment.
I mean, I don't know how against mono blue because they run so many ways that they can just essentially counter it.
Right, the first one gets countered, the second one resolves. That's generally how it goes. And then you also play like a million Kaya's Wraths. So
yeah, but like they can just play a dive.
Thanks,
down.
Eric.
It's just like the guy I need to save lives.
He's
and,
pooping.
Like, they could just like respond with Tempest Magician, like hold up, dive down, or like another spell.
Tempest Magician?
Like,
Tempest Jin.
Tempest Jin.
Oh, I was like, what are we playing, Yu-Gi-Oh? I'm playing it in attack mode.
He is always in attack
That's very true.
He protects.
Tell him.
He attacked.
Ooh. We should get Eric live in from the toilet.
Oh, no thank you. No thank you.
No. Thank God we don't have smell cam.
Yeah, smell-o-vision.
It's the fifth sense.
We were literally ruined this second.
He seems like the type of dude that poops with his shirt off. He gets a little sweaty in there.
Dude, I showed that on here. 100%
Just sitting there butt-ass naked. Y'all can find out.
I'm good, but thanks. Thanks for the offer, man.
Oh God. Yo, he has used the bathroom in my house before.
He's never using mine after this one.
Now
Yeah.
I know he was just butt naked the whole time.
Why is this going on YouTube?
5 minutes of talking about Eric taking a shit.
Yeah, we should wrap up the YouTube podcast and then keep interacting with chat. How about that?
Yeah, I gotta put my belt back on.
Yeah,
I put my shirt back on.
keep interacting with them. We'll so I can stop recording this, and then we'll keep streaming.
What?
I'm recording and streaming at the same time.
Okay.
So
Just do whatever you gotta do.
yeah, we gotta do an outro for the podcast part. That's on YouTube. It's
So
either
are we just done with the podcast then?
on the YouTube part? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
If
Bye. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no, we're gonna wrap up the. I am the chat. Yes, I like it. We're gonna wrap up the YouTube portion of this and
Mhm.
stick around and talk with chat and stuff.
For a few minutes, yeah.
But
For a few minutes, sure.
for a few minutes, yeah. Just
Well-
because I don't want to get too not for safe for work for YouTube. Don't want to get banned.
While we're doing this, I'm going to head out and start shooting my food, but I'll be in chat too, so I'll mess with you guys in chat.
Cool.
All right.
Thanks for joining us, Dan.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Peace.
Dude, this is so lit that we can just do this.